What's up, guys? Steve here, coming to you from Casa de Fish On. Actually, up in my kid's treehouse. If this collapses and I fall, please stop watching and call 911. We will not be broadcasting live for this, but I'll be laying on the ground, partially paralyzed. This thing is really unstable. I got to restore this. I don't even know if I want my kids up here. But today I'm going to talk about the 3 fundamental choices you guys have with fishing line. So there's more than 3 out there, but these are the 3 most common and the most basic we all have to choose from when we go to purchase fishing line. And that is monofilament, fluorocarbon, and braided line. Here's an example of monofilament. This is a trilene monofilament in 4 pounds, 330 yards of it. You've got Strin, you've got all Berkeley, you've got all these other manufacturers. When you're talking monofilament, it is the most affordable. It has a ton of stretch, and it is the least durable. It absorbs water and UV rays, so it makes it a very inexpensive option for anglers for a variety of purposes, but not something I personally use a lot of anymore. The second is fluorocarbon. Okay, so fluorocarbon. Here's a brand of fluorocarbon in an 8-pound, and here's another one, my personal favorite, called Seagar. This is happens to be a 4-pound, 200-yard spool of fluorocarbon. Again, with fluorocarbon, it is more expensive. It has less stretch than monofilament. It is more durable than monofilament. It sinks more than monofilament. And it's also less visible in the water. Think of like Cheesman Canyon. It's not a bad play to throw on some 4-pound fluorocarbon in Cheesman Canyon if you've been struggling to catch fish there, as opposed to like a standard tapered leader made by Scientific Angler or Rio or whoever. So fluorocarbon's not a bad play as far as just less visibility in the water. I use fluorocarbon a lot. We'll talk about my application for it and have a little, poll at the end of this. So the third is braided line. Okay, I don't have any braided line on a spool ready to go, but I've got some on this reel, on this Penn Pursuit 3000 reel. I've done a lot of videos on this. This is a 8-pound braided line, and then I often have a fluorocarbon leader on that to easily change out lures, fishing for like, now we're talking, conventional tackle and spinning gear. So smallmouth bass, walleye, even sometimes trout. Here's the deal with braided line. Braided line is the most expensive of the 3 and the most durable. 10 years of life properly stored. I have tested this, guys. Sort of like storing ammo. If it's in a cool, dry place, you can get 10 years out of this. It floats or sinks slightly. We're talking braided line now. And essentially zero absorption of water and UV rays. So when as far as application, when I shark fish in Florida, you guys know me, I don't have a drone. I kayak out the shark bait and I use braided line. I use 80 to 100-pound braided line. And we own a storage unit in Florida that is a cool, dry place for storage. And if I have extra braided line, I always reuse it and don't break off on the 5-foot, 150-pound sharks I show you guys all the time when we go to Florida, particularly in February. And I'm getting a lot of life out of my braided line, and it's bringing in the sharks without breaking, unless I get a 12-foot tiger that breaks me off at the knot. So, I've got braided line for sharks with my applications. I have fluorocarbon leaders. Oftentimes, like I show you right here on this outfit right here, I use a braided line with a fluorocarbon leader. I use fluorocarbon leader oftentimes for trout in Wyoming. If we go to the Laramie Plains lakes and take the drift boat out, we tie straight 8 to 10-pound fluorocarbon line. Why? Because the water is stained and the fish are not going to be scared like they will at Cheesman Canyon on the South Platte River south of Denver. So tie a perfection loop on the end of your fluorocarbon to go after big trout in stained water and save a lot of money on a tapered leader. Use straight fluorocarbon. It's a good way to go for flat water and still water. And of course, monofilament is going to be your, least durable and most affordable options. So those are my applications for the 3 most common types of line: monofilament, braided versus fluoro. So let me know the application you guys use. Let me know what you guys prefer for certain applications. It varies from water to water depending on what species you're targeting. So we're going to do a little poll. So thanks for watching this, and let me know what you guys think. See ya.